Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Ashley's Joys. Today I'm going to be telling you guys a story time. This actually goes back to college, about the guy I talked to in college my freshman year. This story is very interesting. So if you want to hear about the time where I was kind of, I guess, the side chick, I don't know, you guys tell me below in the comment section, because I really don't know. I'm really trying to figure this out, but well, I really don't care, but you know. Let's just get on with the story. Also, if you want to know how I get my hair this like sleek straight look, please be sure to check out my previous video. I will show you guys the tools that I use to make it look like this, and I also have a video with me straightening one of my clients' hair so you can see how I straighten hair. But anyway, let's get on to the story so I'm not rambling too long. But just do not forget to subscribe to my channel. If you want to see more story times, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If I can get this video to 50 likes, I'll be sure to do another crazy story time. And last but not least, you guys, please subscribe to my channel. I'm almost to my first goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I love every single one of you guys. Like, I just make my videos to make you guys have at least a little bit of a better day. But anyway, let's get into the story time. Ooh, this is super red. Today the sun is really just not cooperating with me. Oh man, usually it's super sunny, and today would be the day that the sun just don't want to cooperate. But okay, so let me give you guys a little bit of background. Trying to fix this part of my hair. Okay, so first I'm gonna start off by giving you guys a little bit of background about what happened. So let's go back to freshman year in college. My freshman year in college, I was very like outgoing. I think my personality was pretty big. And I actually met this guy. We did this summer program prior to college when I was still in high school. I actually just graduated high school. I did the summer program. I met him there, but I wasn't really interested in him at all. I don't know. When I was in high school and like my maybe like freshman year, initially I wasn't really interested in dating anyone. I wasn't interested in talking to anyone. I was really focused. Really throughout my whole like high school years. I never had a boyfriend prior to college. I did talk to some guys, like, you know, flirt, text. That's it. And in my mind, I didn't really want to date until I was sure I was ready for marriage back then. Because for me, I still feel this way. I believe in dating with purpose. So if I'm dating you, if we're dating, it's in my mind a courtship, and that's something I like to discuss with whoever I date. Is that my intentions is to see if it will lead to a marriage, not just, you know. So anyway, this guy, so like I said, we met during the summer, and you know, we was real cool. We were just friends, you know, that was it. It wasn't nothing more than that. And honestly, at first, I was not attracted to him. Like, all the girls, for some reason, was like, oh my God, he's so cute. He was like, you know, the typical, this is gonna sound so racist, not racist, but this is gonna sound so, I don't even want to label this, but basically he was light-skinned, and you know, long hair. So a lot of girls were just like, oh, he's so fine, oh my gosh. And I'm just sitting there looking at him like, I mean, yeah, you know, I was not attracted to him initially. And so then after we actually started school, so like after the summer, after the program, we actually started school. And you guys know I do hair. If you guys don't know, I do hair. I've been doing hair since I was about 8 years old. Been braiding for a while. So he's seen some of my braids on some people hair that I did in, you know, at college, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you braid hair." And that's actually how we started to like talk, not talk like date talk, but like how we got to be friends, for real friends, you know. So I was like, "Yeah, I braid hair, whatever." So he's like, "Oh yeah, can you braid my hair?" So I'm like, "Sure." So if he watches this video, which I highly doubt. Hello, but yeah, this is just a story about what happened, you know, and this is my perception. So anyway, we exchanged numbers over Facebook, I think it was, and he was like, yeah, you know, let me know you can braid my hair, and I was like, all right, cool. Fast forward, I started to braid his hair. I basically was his hair braider, you know. I braided his hair for like the first month. I was just braiding it like every week or whatever, even though his hair did not need to be braided every week. I think he was just using that what? If I can get the words out. I think he was using that as an excuse for me to come over. So, now, let me tell you a little bit about myself back then and still this now. I was very, very like, I'm not nervous to talk about sex. I'm not nervous to talk about any of those things. I literally have zero filter, and I'm very strong-minded when it comes to, you know, projecting my feelings for my life. And so I was very like, no, I'm a virgin, and it's gonna stay that way until I'm married. I made it very, very, very clear to every guy that I dated, actually, or talked to, because what's dating nowadays? Ain't that talking to? But where was I? Oh yeah, so I made it very clear that I was a virgin. I was gonna stay that way till I was married. For some weird reason, some people in my family didn't believe that, which is so weird to me, because I truly was, and I never tried to like force people to believe me, because I feel like as long as God knows, that's the only thing that matters, right? Because people gonna always have an opinion and always think what they know. They think they know. So anyway, yeah, so I made it very clear to him. I made it very clear. So I think that was one of the reasons why this situation ended up happening. So long story short, I would go over there, and I remember one day I could tell he was kind of attracted to me, and I kind of started to like him too. I was like, all right, he all right, he all right. So we started to kind of really like each other. So we started to kind of talk. Like it became more of just a, hey, we're gonna do my hair, to, hey, you wanna go out to eat? Hey, you know, how are you? Like, you look nice today. You know, like just slowly flirting, okay? Just slowly, and the funny part is about this whole situation too is, ladies, listen to me. This is how you know. First of all, a lot of girls will try to say like, or not a lot, there's people who will say, oh, you have to do things for people for them to like you. That's not true. I never kissed this guy. I never had sex with this guy, never, ever. And we were talking for a year. Within that year, the only thing we did was hug, hold hands, and we went out to eat. That was it. Like, they gonna like you. They gonna like you. That's just, I mean, there gonna be people who ain't gonna like you no matter how amazing you are or how non-amazing you are. Because there was times in my life where I wasn't that amazing. But, no, I think I'm lying. I always was amazing. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah. So anyway, let's get into how I feel. So basically, God, I feel like I'm just like jumbling up on my words. Like, this happened so long ago. Yeah, so I remember there were some speculations going on about this guy, and one of my close friends actually lived next to him, and it was this girl. She kept popping up, and I'm just like, I would see pictures of her like on his Facebook, and I asked him like, oh, you know, just because we wasn't together, so I'm like, if he wanted to date other people or talk to somebody else, then okay, whatever. You know, I didn't have that type of attachment. This is what I think is so important, to wait for sex, okay? I'm telling you. I didn't have that attachment like that, so I was just like, okay, if he want to date somebody else, then just, you know, you could do that. So anyway, I kept seeing her, and I asked him, he's like, no, it's just my friend, it's just my friend. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So as time went on, you know, our relationship was kind of weird. Like, I just remember basically I was always just braiding his hair, and we would hang out watching movies. It was this one funny guy he used to always watch on his laptop on YouTube. And I would laugh so hard at the videos he would show me. They were so funny. But anyway, so I remember maybe around like a few months into us talking, my friend came up, which was her and her boyfriend. They came up for like a whole week, literally. Like, they were just basically crashing in my dorm room, because they basically lived there. They was up there all the time. But she finally wanted to meet him. It was around Halloween. And I remember we were meeting him and his brother at, it was like this auditorium at Michigan State. If you know Michigan State, if you are Spartan, go green. It was the auditorium, and they always turn it into a haunted house around Halloween. So I remember she was up there, and her boyfriend and my friends, all of us went up. We walked up to the auditorium to meet him up there. And let me tell y'all, we sitting there waiting like idiots outside of the door, thinking it was closed, like far as it was letting a certain amount of people in at a time. So we just standing there for like 20 minutes just waiting. We like, why nobody comes to the door? Because it's closed, maybe? We were so stupid. But we were like, why isn't no one coming to the door? So we walked around to the back of the auditorium, which is a huge auditorium, and it's very creepy, right? So we get to the back, nobody's there. There's no cars, there's nothing. Like, we're so slow. Like, why did we not understand that it was closed? So, long story short, as soon as we coming back from the back of the auditorium, I see him and his friend walking up, and we tell him it was closed or whatever. So we end up walking to his dorm, me and all my friends. And when we got there, we was I don't know why, we was childish. We was playing hide go seek throughout the dorms. Like, not just You know, I don't know why, but we had, this was so much fun. Let me tell y'all, my freshman year in college was so fun, like so fun. But we were playing hide go seek in the dorm. It was so fun, like throughout the entire dorm. It was like 3 floors and 2 sides, and we only did it on one side, and we only did it on the, you know, like hid on those floors. It was like, I think 1 through 3, like the floors only go up to the 3rd floor in that particular dorm. So we was just hiding and having fun. So I'm telling y'all this for a reason. So after we got done like playing, me and my friend went over to his room, and it was this girl who came in, and she was so cool. Me and her was talking and laughing and giggling, and we became cool right that day. We just sitting there laughing, haha, talking. And it was me, her, him, and it was just all of us just sitting there laughing. I didn't think nothing of her. So the whole night ends, you know, after we got done playing go seek and we ate pizza and stuff, me and my friends, we ended up going back to my dorm, and the night was over. It was a good night. Fast forward to time later, I was always going over my friend's house who lived in the same dorm that he stayed in. And my friends was friends with that girl who I met that night. He was friends with her, and he would bring her around. So I didn't think nothing of her. I'm like, oh, hey, girl, I remember you. She's like, hey, I didn't think nothing of him. So fast forward, that was the first girl. Other girls were girls who I was friends with prior to going to school, and girls who I met during that program I told you guys about in the summer. A lot of us, like different girls, became really cool, really close. So the funny part is, one of the girls who I became cool with during the summer, we were talking about these guys, you know, we were just talking about guys we were talking to. So I'm telling her about the guy, you know, I'm talking about. I never gave him a name. We're gonna call him, let's call him Leopard. I don't know, since I'm wearing Leopard. I'm not good at picking names, so let's call him Leopard. Yeah, okay. So Leopard, we were talking about, you know, guys, we were talking to me and my friends. And I'm just like, yeah, Leopard, you know, blah, 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 blah. I never said his name, but I was just talking about him, and she was talking about the guy she was talking to. And it was so weird to me, because as she talking, I'm thinking, some of this stuff sound familiar. You know, it sound like, maybe it's just a coincidence. I just kind of brushed it off. This is when I was being stupid, because I should have really paid attention, because I was thinking to myself, like, kind of sound like him, but no. So, you know, it was funny. We talked about the same guy all the time. Like, for 2-3 months before we even realized it was the same guy. Like, that was so stupid. We wasn't that close enough to be like, oh, this is who he is. This is what he looked like. It was just like we were just having general conversation with our group of girlfriends, you know? So, anyway, months go down the line, and then my friend that was close to living next to where the guy I'm talking to, Leopard, was living, he was telling me, like, oh, you know my friend such and such, she and him, you know. I'm like, what? No, like, they can't have done anything. He's like, no, yeah, they have. Like, they've been doing stuff. And I'm like, wow. So they've been doing stuff. I've been coming to his house. He know me and her are friends. Like, that's shady. So I was just like, at that moment, I was just kind of, you know what? I'm good. Like, I don't need this. Like, I don't need this. So I literally stopped talking to him for like a good month, and I just went on by my merry way. So like a month later, like this is like after we got back from, you know, Christmas break, I got back up to college, and because I went home for the break, he was just hitting my phone and blowing my phone up just constantly, like, oh, I need my hair done. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, I just go do his hair. So I went to do his hair, because I'm like, I ain't gotta be with you if you want to be with me. Like, you want to be with these other girls, that's fine. You young, you a young little man, you like young in college, your freshman year, like, come on, really? I wasn't expecting much, so I was like, okay, whatever. So anyway, I went to his house and did his hair, and then he was just trying to talk to me like, oh, you know, just trying to, you know, slick talk. And I'm just thinking, like, he like, you know, like, we should date, blah, blah, blah. Just like really trying to like talk to me on some real stuff. Like, I've been thinking about making you my girl. You know, I think you're such an amazing girl. Like, I ain't never met a girl like you, you know, blah, 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 blah. And his friend, who he's really close with, really liked me. And I don't know if he had a crush on me too, because it's kind of weird, because he used to flirt with me. But I didn't flirt back. But then he really ended up liking my close friend, but she had a boyfriend. So anyway, his close friend was telling me, like, too, because he was writing me on Facebook. So it was him telling me, oh, he really liked me, he wanted to make me his girl. And then his friend was writing me on Facebook, because I think it was because I stopped talking to him. That's around the time his friend was writing me, like, hey, why aren't you talking to my brother or to my best friend? So I was just like, you know, whatever. So that day though, I was telling him, like, I just poked myself in the eye. That day I was telling him, like, you know, I don't really think we should be in a relationship, because I feel like you want to be single. And he's like, no, you know, I like you a lot, blah, 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 you know, just spit, you know how they try to spit game. I was just like, I don't know. Like, we never made it official for real, but we were just like, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give it another chance. So we started to talk a little bit. So this is our second semester in college. So we was kind of talking and stuff, and I kept hearing things. I kept hearing things through the grapevine. I kept hearing things about people I knew, and I'm just like, wait, hold on. Like, what? Like, why? Like, you just talking to a whole bunch of other girls, because I keep hearing girls talk about this guy talking to all these girls. I'm like, you just can't. You just don't want it. Like, why are you trying to make me your girl and you trying to talk to these other girls? Like, so I literally was just kind of over at that point. I was like, you know what? So we still continued to talk here and there, and I was kind of backing away. I think he could tell, because like he was kind of blowing my phone up a lot, and then he stopped, and I started blowing his phone up. I don't know why I blew his phone up. I'm just being honest. I did. I was bored. So then I found out the girl who I told you about, who we were talking about, the same guy. We were talking about Leopard, but didn't realize it. One day, me, her, and my best friend, we all was like having like a slumber party, and we just talking, and I say his name, and she's like, wait, who? And I'm like, such and such, you know, Leopard. She was like, Leopard? Shut up. I'm like, what? She's like, that's who I've been talking about. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, you and him still talk? She's like, yeah, we do stuff. I'm like, oh, whoa, wait, what? And so at this point, I'm like, wait, he know me and her are cool. He know me and her cool. So all the girls that he know I'm cool with, he still talked to them, do anything with. He didn't care. Then my friend who stayed close to him was telling me, like, yeah, that girl who you was talking about on Facebook, who you asked him about, she came up here for a whole week, and people heard them. I'm like, oh wow. So he just be sleeping around with everybody. I'm so happy I ain't do nothing with him. I ain't want to do nothing with him because I was virgin, and I didn't want to do nothing with nobody until I was married, you know. So anyway, after that, I was just like, oh, funny story. So me and my friend, like, we was on Grand River, which is a street, like a main street near ASU. It's a whole bunch of like clubs and just like food, restaurants, you know, shopping area. So we on Grand River, and we decided to dress up. We kind of looked like some hookers, because we had some really tiny shorts. Like, no, it wasn't even shorts. It was tiny, tiny skirts and like these crop tops. And every car that was driving past us was blowing and honking and blowing and honking. So he randomly caught me, Leopard did, while we was on Grand River, and we looked like some freaking strippers, hookers, walking down Grand River. Like, what was we? Y'all, when I was in college, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was the ish. Like, my confidence was on another level. Like, I was dressing like a freaking crazy person. I mean, I was wearing some ugly stuff too, thinking I was the bomb. I'm like, ooh, this is cute. Like, I rocked it to the end of the end of the earth. I was wearing whatever I wanted to wear. I didn't care what nobody said. My confidence was so high. Like, I need to get it back up there, because it's good. My confidence is cool. But when I was in college, it was on another level. Like, you couldn't. I was like, I was. If y'all go back on my Facebook and just see, like look at this here. So anyway, but he randomly called me, and he was like, yeah, where are you? And I'm like, I'm on Grand River. He said, oh, I'm actually not too far from Grand River. He asked me if he could borrow some money, and I'm just like, he ain't never asked me to borrow no money before. So he asked me for more than what I gave him. I was like, well, I don't have that much, even though I did. I was like, boy. But he needed help, so, you know, I like helping people. So I was like, sure, you know, come get this money. So we walk in, and then he pulls up, and out of nowhere, literally, he's just like yelling through the door, like, what are y'all wearing? Like, y'all look like some strippers and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? No, I don't. I did. He actually did. But, and the crazy part is I gave him that money, and I actually never really seen him since then. So I'm like, gave him the money, and I ended up going back to my dorm, me and my friend. And, you know, that was really honestly the last time me and him really for real talked. Like, that's crazy. But after me and the other girls were kind of, you know, talking about the situation, all my friends, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna need you to snip him loose and cut it off and keep it moving. And I agreed. I was like, okay, yeah, y'all right. So I literally went to his dorm, like maybe like right before school ended. This was like sometime in like May or April. And I told him, it was right before finals actually. And I walked up to his door. I told him we needed to talk because actually I'm missing something. No, it was a time prior to us talking that I went over there to braid his hair. And I was sitting on the couch and I had told him, come here. He wouldn't come. He stood in the mirror for a whole hour fixing his hair. And I'm sitting there like, and that's when I really was like, yeah, he ain't really into me. And I'm not into him like that no more. So I need to cut this off. And that's when me and my friends talking. I was like, yeah, you need to cut that off. So fast forward to right before finals, I went to his dorm room and I told him, I was like, hey, we need to talk. Came to his dorm. I was like, you know, I feel like you want to be single, regardless of the reasons why. I was like, I just feel like me and you are on two different like pages, which is fine. I was like, but the things that you're doing and the things that I'm like, what I want out of a relationship, I don't think we are on that same page right now. I was like, so I don't think we should be talking like that or dating like that, because it's very clear that we just don't want the same thing. And he agreed, and so I was like, all right, well, you have a good day. And I left, and I never, to this day, talked to him since. Okay, let's get on to the morals of the story. I feel like I was out of it because I don't know if I was or not, but I feel like that girl who I told you about on Facebook, I feel like they were dating. Like now looking back, because right after that happened, they got into a full-fledged relationship, and I think they might still be together to this day. I hope they are, because they make a really cute, good couple. But they ended up in a relationship right after that, and I will always see their pictures and their posts. And the funny part, she was my friend. She was always liking my pictures too on Facebook. So I don't know if they were dating or not. And sometimes I feel like, dang, maybe he was just like, because they didn't live in the same city, because we were in school and she stayed further near his hometown. So I'd be like, dang, was I the side chick? I know I was in some ways, because he was talking to all of us, like me plus all my friends. Like I found out he was talking to 4 of my friends at one time, including, like not even including me, so that's 4 plus 5 of us. So I'm just like, dang, you know. But let's talk about the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, ladies, if you are in college or if you are anything, sorry if y'all seen my bra half of the video. But if you are in college or if you are just in life in general, make sure that you know what you want from a relationship, what you want from a partner. Be very clear on what that is. I think it's very important to hold your morals and your values. If you really like a guy and if he really likes you, he won't make you do things that you're not comfortable with. He won't make you do things that you don't want to do. I know a lot of women, especially in college, they end up being pressured into doing things that they don't want. I held on to what I thought was very valuable, which is my virginity. I did not lose it to somebody just because I was dating or talking to them, because I knew at the end of the day I wanted to, you know, try to court or be in a courtship with someone. So don't downgrade what it is that you want. I had so many friends who slept with this man who was just sleeping around with other women because he was young. And I think, and even men, like, you need to know what it is that you want in a wife, or what you want in a relationship. So, you know, hold on to what it is that you find valuable. And even after college, like, make sure you hold on to that. You know, for me, I find my faith is very important, and I really want to follow God's way. And it's not easy to do it that way, but I think it's worth it, because I was able to snip him off right. Ooh, that sounds bad. I was able to cut it off when it was time, because I didn't have that attachment, you know, and that was amazing. I felt so good. I was like, oh, okay, whew. It was like a weight off my shoulder. It wasn't like this back and forth, you know, attachment for real. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my video about the time. I think, was I the side chick, y'all? I don't know. Like, I still don't, like, yeah, maybe I was. I don't know if I was his main college girl and he had a girl back at home and he was talking to all these other girls. I don't even know. But to be honest, it was just an experience, and I learned a lot from it. I'm not mad at him. I never was mad at him. And I think we were young, and I feel like that was just the first experience. I never really brought guys around my family prior to that. He never met my family, so it wasn't like a biggie. It wasn't a biggie. But it was definitely an experience. So I was a little hurt. I ain't gonna even lie. I was a little hurt, like, dang, that's messed up. I was definitely hurt when I found out he was messing with my friends. But I wasn't like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna slash his tires. I wasn't like that. I was just like, oh. And I moved on. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed the story time, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. You know, thumbs up. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Alright, bye.